over 60. These daily habits could be damaging your brain. The silent brain thieves. What if I told you that some of the habits you do every single day could be quietly stealing your memory, slowing your thinking, and making your brain age faster than it should? That sounds frightening, doesn't it? But here's the truth. Many adults see focusing on their heart health, protecting their joints, and staying physically active. Yet, they often overlook the most important organ in the body, the brain. And the scary part, brain damage doesn't usually happen overnight. It happens little by little, day after day, habit after habit. Good news? Once you recognize these hidden brain-draining behaviors, you can start making changes that may help keep your mind sharper, stronger, and more resilient for years to come. Today, we're revealing some of the most common daily habits that may be hurting your brain after 60. And the first one might surprise you. Habit number 1, sitting too much. Let's be honest. Many people spend hours sitting, watching transmissão vertical, scrolling on their phones, reading, or simply relaxing in a favorite chair. There's nothing wrong with rest, but too much sitting can become a serious problem. When you stay inactive for long periods, blood flow throughout the body begins to slow down, and that includes blood flow to the brain. Your brain depends on a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients. Without enough circulation, brain cells may not function at their best. You may notice subtle warning signs: feeling mentally sluggish, forgetting small details, having trouble concentrating, struggling to stay focused during conversations. At first, these changes seem harmless. You might blame aging. You might say, that's just normal. But sometimes it's not age alone. Sometimes it's the lifestyle that's causing the problem. Think about your brain like a high-performance engine. An engine performs best when it's running regularly. Leave it parked for too long, and things begin to slow down. The same principle applies to your mind. Movement sends a powerful signal to your brain. Please, stay active, stay alert, stay strong. Even a short walk can make a difference. Even standing up every hour can help. Small actions create powerful results over time. And that's exactly why this next habit is even more dangerous. Because unlike sitting, most people don't even realize they're doing it, and it could be quietly damaging memory, focus, and mental clarity every single day. The habit that quietly drains your memory. Now, let's talk about the daily habit that millions of adults over 60, and many don't even realize how much damage it may be causing. Habit number 2, poor sleep. Think back to the last time you had a terrible night's sleep. Maybe you felt groggy. Maybe you couldn't focus. Maybe simple tasks felt harder than usual. Now, imagine that happening night after night, week after week, year after year. That's when the real danger begins. Many people believe sleep is simply rest, but your brain sees sleep very differently. Sleep is maintenance time. Repair-time, recovery-time. It's when your brain works behind the scenes to organize memories, clear waste products, strengthen important connections, and prepare you for the next day. When you don't get enough quality sleep, those critical processes can start breaking down. The result: you may become more forgetful. You may struggle to recall names. You may walk into a room and suddenly forget why you went there. Sound familiar? For many older adults, it does. And that's why poor sleep should never be ignored. Some people proudly say, I only sleep 5 hours a night. But your brain isn't impressed. Your brain pays the price. What's even more concerning is that many sleep problems develop gradually. You stay up late watching television. You scroll endlessly on your phone. You drink caffeine till late in the day. You ignore stress that's keeping your mind racing at night. Little by little, your sleep quality suffers. Then one morning becomes 2, to become 20, and before you know it, exhaustion feels normal. But normal doesn't always mean healthy. Imagine trying to clean your house while people keep walking through every room. The job never gets finished. That's what happens when your sleep is constantly interrupted. Your brain never gets the deep recovery it desperately needs. The beautiful news: small improvements can create remarkable results. Going to bed at the same time each night, reducing screen time before sleep, keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. These simple actions may help your brain perform at a much higher level. But we're not done yet, because the next habit is hiding inside kitchens all across America. People enjoy it every day. Some consume it 3, 4, even 5 times daily, and few realize it may be quietly fueling inflammation, brain fog, and mental decline. The next brain-damaging habit might already be sitting on your plate right now. The food habit your brain wishes you would quit. Now, let's talk about a habit that feels harmless. A habit that hides in breakfast, sneaks into lunch, and often appears again at dinner. Habit number 3, eating too much processed food. This one is tough, because processed foods are everywhere. They're convenient, they're tasty, and they're often designed to keep you coming back for more. But what tastes good for a few moments may not always be good for your brain. Think about it. Sugary snackies, packaged desserts, fast food meals, dead or sheepies, highly processed frozen dinners. These foods are often loaded with ingredients that your body was never meant to consume in large amounts. And over the chain reaction. Many experts believe chronic inflammation plays a major role in brain aging, and certain eating habits may fuel that inflammation. The result: brain fog, low energy, poor concentration, and sometimes a feeling that your mind simply isn't as sharp as it once was. Have you ever finished a heavy, unhealthy meal and felt tired afterward? Like your brain wanted a nap? That's not your imagination. Your body and brain are deeply connected. What you feed one affects the other. Imagine putting low-quality fuel into a luxury car. The vehicle may still run, but not at its best. The same thing happens inside your body. Your brain performs best when it receives high-quality nutrition. Fresh vegetables, colorful fruits, healthy fats, lean protein, foods that nourish rather than simply satisfy. Here's something many people over 60 find surprising. The brain is incredibly hungry. It consumes a tremendous amount of energy every day, and when that energy comes from poor sources, performance often suffers. That's why some people experience sudden afternoon crashes. One minute they're alert, the next minute they feel exhausted, mentally drained, emotionally flat, unable to focus. And perhaps the saddest part, many assume it's simply aging. They tell themselves, "I'm getting older. That's just how life works." But your brain deserves better than that. Your brain still wants to learn, to remember, to laugh, to connect with loved ones, to experience life fully, and every healthy choice helps support that mission. But there's another habit that's even more dangerous, because it slowly disconnects the brain from one of its greatest sources of strength: human connection. And millions of seniors struggle with it every single day. The next habit doesn't happen in the kitchen. It happens in silence, and it may be far more harmful than most people realize. The silent danger of isolation. Now, we're about to discuss a habit that doesn't usually make headlines. It doesn't come in a package. It doesn't sit on a dinner plate. It may be one of the most powerful threats to brain health after 60. Habit number 4, social isolation. Human beings were never meant to live completely alone. We are wired for connection, conversation, friendship, laughter, shared experiences. Those moments may feel simple, but they do something extraordinary for the brain. Every conversation challenges your memory. Every story activates your imagination. Every meaningful interaction stimulates countless neural pathways. Your brain comes alive when you connect with other people. But what happens when those connections begin to disappear? For many older adults, isolation arrives quietly. Retirement changes daily routines. Children move away. Friends relocate. Loved ones pass on. One day you realize the phone isn't ringing as often. The house feels quieter. The days feel longer. And little by little, loneliness begins to settle in. At first, it may seem like an emotional issue, but it doesn't stop there. Loneliness can affect the brain in profound ways. Many isolated seniors report feeling mentally slower, less motivated, less energetic, less engaged with the world around them. And that's dangerous because the brain thrives on stimulation. Imagine a beautiful garden. If it's watered, cared for, and exposed to sunlight, it flourishes. But if it's neglected for too long, weeds begin to take over. The same thing can happen to the mind. Without regular social interaction, mental engagement often decreases. Days become repetitive. Thoughts become narrower. Experiences become limited. Opportunities grow. Here's the heartbreaking truth. You can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely. Real connection matters. A meaningful conversation, a phone call from a friend, coffee with a neighbor, a family gathering filled with laughter. These moments are more powerful than many people realize. They remind the brain that life is still happening, that new memories are still being created, that joy is still possible. If you've been spending more time alone lately, consider this your wake-up call. Ciao Chi. Make the call. Join the group. Start the conversation, because every connection is an investment in your mental future. But we're not finished yet. There's one final habit that may be the most common of all. Millions of adults over 60 do it every day. They believe it's harmless. Some even think it's helping them. But it may be quietly weakening memory, reducing mental sharpness, and accelerating brain aging. And once you discover what it is, you may never look at your daily routine the same way again. The final habit that ages the brain faster. We've talked about sitting too much, poor sleep, processed foods, and social isolation. But now we've reached the final habit, and in many ways, it may be the most dangerous of them all, because it slowly convinces people that their best years are behind them. Habit number 5, stopping the learning process. Have you ever heard someone say, "I'm too old to learn that. My brain isn't what it used to be"? That's for younger people. At first, those words sound harmless, but over Chimi, they become powerful. The moment you stop challenging your mind, the moment you stop learning, the brain loses one of its greatest sources of strength. Your brain was designed to adapt, to grow, to create new pathways, to solve problems, to explore new ideas. And here's the amazing truth. That ability doesn't magically disappear after 60. In many cases, between their 70s, 80s, and beyond. The brain loves challenges. Learning a new hobby, reading a new book, trying a new recipe, learning technology, practicing a new language, even taking a different route during your daily walk. These simple activities tell your brain, stay awake, stay curious, stay alive. Think about a muscle. If you stop using it, it becomes weaker. The brain follows a similar principle. Mental exercise keeps important pathways active. It encourages growth. It strengthens resilience, and it helps maintain confidence. Sadly, many older adults begin shrinking their world. They stop trying new things. They avoid challenges. They stick to the same routines every day. The days become predictable. The weeks become repetitive. and the brain receives fewer opportunities to grow. But here's what I want you to remember. Your age is not the end of your story. It's another chapter. A chapter filled with wisdom, experience, perspective, and opportunities to continue growing. Never underestimate what your brain can still accomplish. Never assume it's too late, because it isn't. Not today, not tomorrow, not as long as you're willing to keep learning. Fear no thoughts. If you're over 60, don't fear aging. Fear giving up on the habits that keep your brain strong. Move your body. Protect your sleep. Choose healthier foods. Stay connected with people you love. And never stop learning, because every walk you take, every conversation you have, every healthy choice you make, and every new thing you learn is a vote for a stronger brain and a brighter future. Remember this: growing older is a privilege. Growing wiser is a choice. And starting today, that choice belongs to you. Your brain has carried you through an entire lifetime. Now, it's time to take care of it, so it can keep serving you for many beautiful years to come.